that working?
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is plug that into that. Can that be your goal tomorrow?
Sure. Okay.
But this has to be where people can hear me.
I turned the volume up on that thing, so
That doesn't affect it.
okay.
Okay.
Scoot back just a little.
Well, then it'll be the same, and I'll blame you, but that's fine.
No, don't blame me. Okay, cute. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay. First, I have some questions, and then I have some would you rathers.
Okay. So people want to see you in the video.
Oh, so I have to be in there?
Huh?
So you want me to be in there?
It's by design. You can wait another day, but
Okay.
I don't like this. Thank you. Okay, go.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to ordering rubber ducks.
Okay.
They have to hear you.
Over here.
Yeah, there are 2 mics. Why don't you come sit right next to me? Fun
Okay.
times.
Hey guys.
Should press go? Did you already turn it on?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I told you. Okay.
Well, I see why y'all couldn't hear her. She's apparently quieter than I thought.
Yep, that's right. Okay. We're going to be asking her some questions, and then we're going to do a few would you rathers at the end. Okay?
Fine.
Don't look. Don't peek.
If I looked, I would probably get up.
Okay. If you could pick one procedure to do forever, what would it be and why?
Facelifts.
And why?
Because I like the transformation. I love the feeling of lifting the skin, and I love restoring. It's not even about how you look, it's about how you feel. I love watching women, and sometimes you can do it with lip injections, and you're all of a sudden feel like you can wear lipstick. We all remember our favorite lipstick. Mine was Mauve Glaze from Clinique.
A Clinique girl. Okay.
It was very cool 100 years ago.
I'm sure it was.
What was your first lipstick?
I don't remember. Probably
You're not a big
my mom's
lipstick
MAC.
girl.
Yeah, no. I wasn't.
Working on that.
Yeah. Okay. What's your secret beauty obsession that no one would expect?
Secret beauty obsession. You'll have to give me more details.
Either a skincare regimen or something random that you use. I don't know. Do you use mouth tape when you sleep?
I have.
What's something niche
Niche.
that counts?
Well, one time in November of last year, I was in St. Regis Ball Harbor, and I washed my hair with the most amazing shampoo that smelled so good. And I never feel that way about smells or shampoos. I'm always tweaking it in my head, and I chased that shampoo down. I called the hotel. I called the hotel manager. They kept telling me it was on their website and that I could buy it there, but I ordered that. It was not. I called that company so many times trying to figure out what they made specifically for this one pool cabana that we were in, and no one knew. And I couldn't give up because I knew I'd never get over it. And so I finally found it. This girl at St. Regis called me back and said that they had changed it in that one cabana, and she found out from housekeeping, and she gave me the brand. It smells like coconuts, and I love it.
Do you still use it?
Mm-hmm.
That's so good for you.
I'm weird. I'm picky.
Ain't that the truth?
Rapid fire.
Okay, what is one trend you secretly think is absolutely ridiculous?
Beef tallow.
Okay, other than beef tallow.
Anything that involves an animal to make yourself look better. And
After you...
oh, period blood on your face.
I'm sorry?
You haven't seen that on TikTok?
That's gross.
It's very gross. Very offensive. I don't like blood. I don't like to smell blood. I don't like to think about blood. So
You're a surgeon.
I don't let people bleed. Don't like blood.
What do you think about castor oil on your belly button? I've seen that a lot recently.
Not here.
Not here, but I mean on TikTok.
Well, I can tell you about castor oil because this beautiful patient who came in with her hair flowing and her lashes beautiful, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "Castor oil." So I started using castor oil, and I grew eyelash mites. I do have extensions.
I've heard this story.
So I would think if you put it in your belly button, you would literally be feeding belly button mites. So go ahead.
That's disgusting. Okay, note to self, don't try that. Have you ever talked to someone out of something you knew they'd regret?
Oh, I do it all the time.
Do you think you
I spend more time talking people out of stuff than letting them do stuff. Because sometimes I can't do anything that I think is going to make someone look bad, in my opinion. So can I just shut up and do it? No, because I think that I can't physically make myself do things. I can't eat something I don't want. I can't smell something that bothers me. And beauty and aesthetics is literally my world.
Okay. What's the strangest myth about fillers you wish would disappear?
The strangest myth. Well, give me some myths to go off of. I mean, people think lip filler looks bad. All the migration stuff, people that have never had filler think it's migrated. I think if I could change something about how these myths get propagated, it would be that you first put your apples in a box and your oranges in a box, and you take into account whoever did it. Like, I mean, you're no better. Your results are going to be no better than the hands of who you trust to inject you. And sometimes we get into this product or that product, and first of all, it puts the burden of all the work on the human that wants something done and that wants something. And we seem to remove the fact that, it's still somebody standing over you with something sharp that they're putting in your body, and they got to know where to put it.
Okay, what's one treatment you'd never do on yourself even if someone paid you?
Oh, there are a million I'd never do.
It's like a big one that's like popular.
You never say never. Buccal fat. Now, I don't need it, but I think that there are going to be a lot of hollow looking faces in a few years.
True. Remind me to tell you a story.
Now, some people need it.
Okay. Have you ever tested a procedure on yourself before offering it to people?
I test everything on myself. I just finished using Plated, and I'm so excited to offer it because I love it. I'm going on a hair regrowth journey. Save that story.
You know. And if you don't, you'll know about it soon.
Mm-hmm. But I try everything, and I think that I don't know how only a woman could go to an. I'm trying to think of the word for ugly, and a less than a aesthetically balanced man and ask him to make her look better. I think that a man would never do that. I think that you have to believe it, and it has to matter to you, and that's when you can truly be. I don't think you can truly be passionate about something and not believe in it for yourself. I can't.
What's the most overhyped device in aesthetics right now?
I don't know. I think that I don't know that people love certain devices and don't love certain devices. I've certainly bought things I wish I hadn't bought. But I think that it really all depends on how well you use it. I think Morpheus, for sure has gotten a lot of bad rap. But when it's done well and it's done by someone that's trained and they use the appropriate numbers and depths and know what they're doing, it's beautiful. So,
what's the funniest lie you've heard when someone tried to pretend they hadn't had work done?
Well, they pretend it to me and I can see it. Um, I've heard I fell asleep and woke up like this, and I don't know what happened. That was a weird one. That's a whole nother story. But I've heard I haven't had anything done. I don't know how I got this. I've heard my parents, someone in my family must have done this. But by the psychologically sound, I fell and busted my lip. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to get the tea on people. It's that, I mean, you can tell, but sometimes you just want to know what it is so that you can make sure that anything you do doesn't affect it. Because I do think that fillers and families of fillers, especially in certain parts of the face, are really important.
If one of your little doggies could get a beauty treatment, what would you pick?
Oh, I wouldn't change a thing about my dogs.
They're pretty perfect. Don't they do red light?
I've done red light on Gabe for his arthritis, yes. And I think I wanted
Kevin.
Francesco Duncan.
Do any of your other dogs have funny names?
Goose, Zeus.
Right.
Because he was Zeus, but then he was a goose. Maverick, I had to make his middle name Star because someone wanted to name him Star. I had to nix that. Henry the Eighth. People say Henry the Eighth was mean, but I prefer mischievous.
So all of them only have two names, but Sweet Gabriel Kevin has four.
Grant, yeah.
If you could invent any aesthetic device, what would it do?
You know this one. Software.
No, aesthetic device.
How's that not aesthetic? If I could invent any aesthetic device, it would smooth your skin. It would be a coating that just made your skin as smooth as it can be. I think the closest thing to it is BBL Smooth. No downtime and just perfection. That was a great question.
I love it. That was great. Okay. What's your prediction for the next IT procedure?
I think it's going to revolve around some of the newer things. The longevity. We've gotten into IV therapy, which the NAD has been incredible. Having the energy and just really cellular regeneration, specifically the mitochondria, that's just amazing. The new stuff and all the ways that, we right now just look at the outside, but looking at the inside and should make a big difference. And what if you didn't have to drink water to look hydrated?
That would be amazing. Because I don't drink water.
You drink something in that big sippy.
Coffee. My big sippy cup. If you could have dinner with any historical figure and give them a glow up, who would it be? And don't say anyone like
my grandmother. That's the only thing she regretted is that she didn't do her neck. But historical figure, I don't like ugly people.
Don't say like Mona Lisa or anything. You're like
the Statue of Liberty.
Don't say.
I don't understand why all the famous women are ugly. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't. I mean, if you're making someone and you're painting someone, just make them pretty. People like the Mona Lisa because it looked real. Well, why would you paint to make it look real? Why don't you want it to look dreamy But I don't watch movies that don't have happy endings. I don't know why I would go into a world where it wasn't going to end well. I think I'm secretly a Disney character that got rerouted and landed here. Someday I'm going to be a mermaid. I really do believe that. Mermaids are the worst because they make mermaids so ugly.
Ariel's not.
Ariel's not, but all mermaids, statues of mermaids are ugly.
Fair.
Look next time. They're all men cast, and then they just threw a tail and some hair. It's true.
If you could banish one skin product from the planet, what would it be?
Probably TNS. I know a lot of people love it. I just can't stand the smell.
What's that?
It's a cream that people adore, and you just come out in red and white, and you put it looks fleshy. I I can smell it when we talk about it. Can we move on?
Yeah, I don't want to know anymore, I don't think. Okay. What's your unpopular opinion about this industry?
I have plenty of unpopular opinions. Most of my, I guess I think that physicians or anyone doing aesthetic treatments tends to, I don't think there's enough collaboration between the patient and I definitely will tell people what I think. That's what I love to do. But I think there's also, I would never tell someone who has a reunion in 2 weeks or something. I would never say, if you don't want surgery, I can't help you. I think that's harsh. And I think it pushes people maybe if I think that people do know what they want. I for the most part, I think that people know, like I would know if I was ready for a surgical procedure or if I wanted a quick fix based on the time in my life, based on what else was going on in my life. And I think those things are very real. And I hear a lot of people talk and give opinions about how they would never do this or that. Someone just needs to wait 4 years till they're ready. I think that the most important thing we can do when someone comes to us and wants to look better is meet them where they are. And doing the lasers and doing all these ancillary procedures, it's not easy. It's much harder than doing a facelift because in the sense that there's a lot of things to learn about it. They're devices that break, but it's a service. And I think that if you don't provide it, I think it's like, I just don't think it's fair. If you have the capabilities and the knowledge of, you spend all these years learning about skin and health and complications and how to treat people well, I think it's unfair to then push that perhaps in a direction where there hasn't been the same amount of time. And I think it creates results that the industry as a whole shouldn't be proud of or creates problems. And sometimes, not always, but I think I would never do that. I would do everything I can to offer what I need to offer to treat my patients, except for laser hair removal. I can't do it because I really don't like hair, and it really doesn't work. But
Tea. So insightful. Okay.
I spend a lot of time thinking about it. It'd be much easier to just say, I don't do that, you need surgery, but I couldn't.
That's so nice. Okay, these are some would you rathers. You have to pick one, okay?
Okay.
No pushbacks. Okay. Would you rather have everyone overfill or underfill their lips?
Underfill. Are you shocked?
No, I'm not shocked.
God. You can tell these weren't planned. It makes me look great.
No, I'm not shocked.
I hate overfilled lips. I think it's really sad when people are afraid of lips because you can literally transform someone's life. Some of the happiest patients, some of the best facelifts I've done are like, I'm just so glad you did my lips. Wearing lipstick for everyone but Blakely is really so feminine, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel your youth, and no one wants to not wear lipstick, and no one wants to see it half up their face and try to figure out what happened.
For the record, I do wear lipsticks in the morning. I just never reapply, so it just comes off. Thank you very much. Would you rather never wear sunscreen again or never use moisturizer again?
Never wear sunscreen again. I just don't trust people.
Do you think sunscreen's a myth?
I don't think it's a myth. I think all the stuff that's been said about it, I'm not sure. If I had it do ever again, they do make those swimsuits for kids to protect their skin. I would go that route before I slathered it all over my little baby.
Like a long sleeve thing? Okay. Would you rather have eternally perfect skin but thin hair or perfect hair with not so great skin?
Why are you so funny?
Because
I can
I'm
always
so
add hair, so of course I'd rather have perfect skin.
I forget about that.
How?
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, touche. She got me on that one.
And she was very excited.
I was. Okay. Would you rather do your own injectables blindfolded or let your least experienced friend do them for you?
I do my own blindfolded.
I think I could do you.
Great question.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather accidentally call a patient by the wrong name or mix up their treatment plan?
I would never mix up a treatment plan because it's
Well, yeah, you're too
evolving and I
good,
can
but,
see
like-
people. Like, I don't have a plan. Like, I look at someone and that's my, I mean, I couldn't mix it up because I know.
She's just too smart, you guys.
No, I mean, it's a visual plan. You don't like write a plan down and then memorize it and stick it to someone's name.
Okay. Would you rather be the aesthetic provider for the royal family or to the Kardashians? That one was a bonus.
You kind of tied me up on this one.
Oh, I stumped her. My job here is done.
Neither sounds, I think that's one of the best. I mean, she looks great. Very smart. So I guess I'd have to say them.
Who?
Kardashians.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They would look very different. They would probably fire me. But
Okay. We'll have to come back to that later. Would you rather give up loaded teas or any kind of injections forever? For reference, she drinks about 5 loaded teas
I do
a
not
day.
drink 5 a day.
Okay, 3.
I mean, which injection? I don't think I could give them
I
up.
don't know.
I could give up anything.
So you're saying you'd choose the loaded teas?
I think I'd find a way to have both.
See, guys, I said you can't. You have to pick one.
Okay, well, I don't give it up and then sneak. I mean, how are you going to take injections? It's not even feasible.
I don't know. It's a hypothetical.
Okay, well, whichever one you pick. Because I'm not going to do either. Next.
So she can't live without her loaded teas.
Mm-mm.
Is that what she's saying?
Christmas vacation. I've been stuck on it since December.
Huh?
I still drink Christmas vacation.
I thought you drank.
Miami Vice sometimes.
Yeah.
Only if it's like my 3rd one of the day. Okay, moving
That's
on.
really no, that's it.
All right.
Okay, guys, let us know if you have any questions.
And give us some ideas of things you like so
Yeah.
we can quit talking about giving up hypothetical things and doing injections blindfolded.
That was a great question. I know y'all wanted to know that.
Well, I mean, I couldn't do it blindfolded. That makes me look.
I feel like you low-key could.
Well, okay.
To
That
yourself.
does bring up a point. So
You're
doing it while doing injections blindfolded is not something I'll ever do. I do use my hands and I feel and I know on anyone. And I think that that's something sometimes I don't see when I watch people's videos. And I think that the feeling is as important as seeing. And that's a big part of how I inject because I'm not trying to change people. I'm trying to enhance what they have or what they once had, and ignoring their bone structure or their ligaments or watching them talk and ignoring the way they move and the way their face looks when they move is not the way to get the type of results that I want.
So she could do them blindfolded. That's for sure.
But I wouldn't.
Obviously. That would be scary.
And I have gotten on my hands and knees with blindfolds and crawled around my house to help my blind dog and
Were
figure
you
out all
trying
the,
to put yourself in their shoes?
to protect him. You don't realize all the hazards in your house. Go try it tonight. Let me know.
I'm okay.
It's a lot. You don't
You
think about where
blindfolded
you put
yourself
stuff.
and you crawled on your hands and knees around your house. To be like, oh, boom,
Love that dog.
there's a door. Did you like bunk your head?
I cleaned up.
I would love to see a video of that. That would be so funny. Okay, guys.
Well, y'all have a great day.
Great night.
Night.
That was so fun.
It was so fun. Those were great questions, too. That might just be your best. Yeah.